Hey guys, KangaskKid18 here, back with another round of shiny speculation for the upcoming Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Yesterday's trailer had a ton of great information, including a spotlight on the character customization feature in the game. After 20 long years of playing Pokemon, I can finally play a Pokemon game without wearing a hat. Also included in the trailer was a showcase of the Pokemon Refresh, which is basically like Pokemon Me, except you can heal your Pokemon of status conditions in the field. It's pretty much that status healing O-Power I always wanted, and I think it's going to be a super useful feature when shiny hunting. Speaking of shinies, that's what we're here for, right? So let's get started with one of the Pokemon that was revealed in this month's Koro. It's Lycanroc Midday Form. Lycanroc Midday Form is the Sun-exclusive evolution of Rockruff, and like Rockruff, it's a pure rock type, even though at this point it really looks rock normal. And like a lot of Pokemon this generation, it seems like its in-game model looks way better than its official artwork. But enough of that, let's get to the shinies. Now the first thing I thought of when I saw this design was to give it a pretty classic shiny. Make the eyes orange and just turn the rest of the colors into a darker brown. I think this looks great, and it's definitely something that I'd expect in game, but let's go crazy. Instead of browns and oranges, let's go all purple. This color kind of ties in with the moon theme we've got going on with these games, and I think it would look awesome for Lycanroc Midday Form. Speaking of moon, Rockruff does something odd when it's on Pokemon Moon. It evolves into a totally different Pokemon. It's Lycanroc Midnight Form. Out of the two Rockruff evolutions, Lycanroc Midnight Form is my favorite, and like before, it's a pure rock type, despite looking way more like a dark type. Anyway, I've come up with some cool shinies for this one. How about, instead of red, we turn Lycanroc Midnight Form into a pale pink, and give it these cool green eyes. I really think this looks awesome, but let's take it one step further. As you all know, my favorite color is blue, and Lycanroc is not going to be immune to this. Instead of being red, we can turn Lycanroc's body into a pale blue, with a bluish tinge to the fur and claws. Out of all the Lycanroc shinies, I think this one is, not surprisingly, my favorite. But let's move on to one of the new Pokemon revealed today. It's Oranguru. Oranguru is a normal psychic type Pokemon based on an orangutan, and I think it's awesome. I've said before how much I love Pokemon based on real life animals, and Oranguru does not disappoint. That being said, I found it hard to design shinies for this one, so I've got a couple of options. We could turn Oranguru's fur into more of a lavender color, with different colored stripes and a reddish-orange palm fan. I don't know why, but leaves always tend to turn this sort of rusty color when they're shiny. But let's go a totally different direction here and turn Oranguru's fur a sort of teal color, with bluish tinges to the rest of the fur and a pink highlight to the markings. And to complete the look, let's turn the palm fan into this magenta color. Not sure why, but it really seems to work with this shiny color scheme. Finally, we've got a Pokemon that I really love. It's Passimian. If you've been paying attention to the various leaks, you'll know that Passimian fits them fairly well. It's obvious that this is the rugby monkey that we've been promised, and it certainly doesn't disappoint. To begin with, let's start with the kind of shiny that I'm a big fan of, the one where the colors switch places entirely. So here, let's make the white black, the black white, and give Passimian a brown coconut with a green marking. This would be cool, but I've got another idea. Remember when I said Passimian was a rugby monkey? Well, technically, its design is based off a ruffed lemur, a primitive primate that lives in Madagascar. And there's two kinds of ruffed lemur, the black and white ruffed lemur and the rare red ruffed lemur. So instead of being black and white, I propose that Passimian's shiny should be red and black to represent its real-life connection to these animals. In fact, if Game Freak doesn't go with a similar shiny, I think it would be a huge missed opportunity. Anyway guys, that's all I've got for you today. Keep an eye out for more Sun and Moon speculation in the near future, and as always guys, we're gonna see you on the next Shiny.